Hi, ladies. I hope you're having a great week. I wanted to come to you with a concept that's very central to financial planning and financial advice, but I'm not sure a lot of clients know how we do it or why we do it. And I did see another video about this from a different advisor, so I am stealing her idea. Her name is Meredith Moore. If you want to go look at her stuff on LinkedIn. Um, So, in the financial planning process, it's really important that your advisor stress tests the plan and make sure that they're running it through different scenarios and how life could change in our economy and our society if the market really changes. And if they're going through a lot of those examples to make sure that your plan is really sustainable and it can point out some vulnerabilities in your plan. So I do that with my clients. I make sure to communicate to them what those vulnerabilities might be, how we can prepare for those, if that means adding a different account or whatever, make sure they know that up front during the planning process. And then if anything in their circumstances change, we can address that and adjust the financial plan. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how we stress test. And of course, I'm sure you assume we're using Excel spreadsheets and financial planning software, and we're running through different scenarios. So I just want to talk about some of the scenarios that may or may not happen in the future, right? And number one, we're running it through inflation. So we want to make sure that if interest rates go up, inflation rates go up, how is that going to affect your portfolio? And there's going to be certain parts of your portfolio that it's going to improve, and there are other parts of your portfolio that it's really going to take down that value. And so we need to make sure that you can still afford to pay, to pay rent, to pay for any bills that are coming up in the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years of your life. The other thing that could substantially change and affect your portfolio is taxes. So I think, in a lot of our lifetime, in the last decade, in the last 2 decades, taxes have been reasonable and reasonably low for the history of the United States, with their marginal tax rate, the federal rate. But if you look at the national average is way above where we currently are sitting at 37%, and Trump's tax cuts do expire. So depending on what you believe politically is going to be happening this year, in the next 4 years, how Congress is going to be changing and voting on new tax laws, we definitely need to stress test how increased taxes are definitely going to affect you, how decreased taxes are going to affect you, and then suggest some changes there. One of the other things, of course, is what happens if the market goes down? What if we go into another recession? We got a little taste of it from Corona. A lot of people have recovered most of their money. But what if it lasts longer? What if it decreases further? 2008 was about 50% that people lost in their portfolio. That has substantial effect on people that were retiring in the short term. So we have to stress test as many different factors. What happens if one of you, you or your spouse passes away? What if you get divorced? What are the options there? And really, where is your plan vulnerable, and what are some of the vulnerabilities that you're nervous about? So a good financial planner will run it through all these scenarios and really point out some of these areas that could be used for improvement in your account. So if you have any questions about your plan, or you want help asking questions to your current advisor, or you want to do a stress test with your plan, we'd all be happy to help. So comment below or contact us directly. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Thanks so much again for being a part of this group. And I hope if you have any specific questions that you want covered, feel free to comment anytime. Thanks.